All right, everyone, it's time for another college football Saturday. Everybody excited, right? I know I am. With just a couple weeks left in the regular season, this is how it works out in the Big 12 as far as conference games this week. The Kansas Jayhawks will be at Texas on the Longhorn Network. I like Texas. Iowa State will be at Kansas State on Fox Sports 1. I like Kansas State. West Virginia and TCU will be on ESPNU. I like West Virginia in this matchup. I'd like to say I like TCU, but they just have absolutely no offense to balance. And finally, since there's no Major League Baseball, the Big 12 once again takes the prime time stage at 6 o'clock. Oklahoma State, number 18th ranked in the BCS, will be at 15th ranked BCS Texas Tech on Fox National. I like Tech. I think that they're going to bounce back. Plus, from OSU, I want to see if they can finally get a big-time road win. Of course, when they won the Big 12, they won all their games, but they lost to Iowa State. They lost to Oklahoma last year here in Norman to us. So I want to see if they can finally get a big-time road win that solidifies them and keeps them in Big 12 championship competition. Wednesday night, you had a ball game between Cincinnati and Memphis at Memphis on ESPN at 7 o'clock. I liked Cincinnati in that matchup. The Thursday matchups this past week, Houston at South Florida on ESPN. I liked Houston to stay undefeated. North Texas at Rice on Fox Sports 1. I liked Rice. ULM at Troy on ESPNU. I liked ULM. And finally, the late show was Arizona State at Washington State on ESPN. I liked Washington State in that matchup since it was in Washington. Of course, the 9:30 game, of course, I lost that one. Not good for me. Last night, USC was at Oregon at 7 o'clock on ESPN Friday night. I liked Oregon. Which brings us to this morning's matchups at 11 a.m. Got started off, of course, as always, at 11 a.m. This time, 4th-ranked BCS favorite Ohio State will be at Purdue on the Big Ten Network. I like Ohio State. Number 17th in the BCS, Northern Illinois is at University of Massachusetts on ESPN3. I liked UNI. On ABC/ESPN2 Regional Action, you'll see number 24th ranked BCS player Wisconsin will be at Iowa. I like Wisconsin, the Badgers. The mirror game on ESPN2/ABC Regional Action, Virginia Tech at Boston College. I like Va Tech. ESPN3 will have Rutgers at Temple. I like Rutgers. ESPN will have Illinois at Penn State. I like Penn State. And finally, ESPNU will have Army at Air Force. I like the Army in this matchup on ESPNU at 11 a.m. The 11:21 game is Mississippi State is at 14th ranked BCS favorite South Carolina on ESPN3. I think South Carolina can just keep this thing going. I think that they're going to push over what they did over Missouri last week, and they're going to capitalize. At 11:30 a.m. on ESPN3, the battle for Carolinas, North Carolina at North Carolina State. I like UNC in that one. Wake Forest is at Syracuse, ESPN3 at the same time at 11:30. I like Forest. And also at 11:30 on CBS Sports Network, Southern Miss is at Marshall. I like Marshall in that matchup. At 12 noon, straight up 12 noon, get you some hamburgers cooking, and you can watch on Fox Sports 1. You can also watch Middle Tennessee at UAB. I like Middle Tennessee State. Or you can watch the ESPN3 game, Western Kentucky at Georgia State on ESPN3. I like Western Kentucky. The 2:30 games for this afternoon. Of course, the ESPN game has one. That will be 8th ranked BCS favorite Clemson at Virginia. I like Clemson. The battle in the Big Ten will be Michigan, number 21st ranked in the BCS, at number 22 ranked in the BCS, Michigan State on ABC. I like Michigan State, both evenly matched teams. Michigan State in a home game, I think they're going to win this. Navy is at number 25 Notre Dame on NBC. I like 25 Notre Dame. Arizona is at Cal on the Pac-12 network. I like Arizona. On CBS National, you can see the Florida-Georgia game. Florida-Georgia war. Georgia and Florida. I like Georgia. Minnesota will be at Indiana on the Big Ten network. I like Minnesota. Northwestern is at Nebraska on the Big Ten network. I like Nebraska. And finally, Kent State is at Arkin on ESPN3. I like Arkin. 30 minutes later on CBS Network, Sports Network, you can see Hawaii at Utah State. I like Utah State at 3 o'clock. Next game kick is at 5 o'clock, and that's when 11th ranked Auburn will be at Arkansas on ESPN2. I like Auburn. 6 o'clock p.m. is the other SEC game, as Tennessee is at 9th BCS ranked Missouri on ESPN. I think Missouri's going to bounce back from the loss to South Carolina. You'll also be able to watch Pittsburgh at Georgia Tech on ESPNU. I like the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets. And on ESPN3, you'll see Eastern Michigan at Toledo on ESPN3. I like Toledo. 6:30, battle in the Pac-12 between Colorado and they will be at number 20 in the BCS, UCLA on Fox Sports 1. I like UCLA. Arkansas State at South Alabama on ESPN3.com. I like Arkansas State. Alabama State at Kentucky on ESPN3.com. I like Kentucky. And then prime time tonight, 7 o'clock. Number 7, Miami will be at number 3 ranked Florida State on ABC. I like FSU. I don't think Miami's ready to take that next step. They're getting better, but they have got to take the next step so they can become conference national champions. I don't think that happens this year. Boise State at Colorado State on CBS Network. I like Boise State. Utah at 8 o'clock. UTEP is at number 12th in the BCS. Texas A&M on ESPN2. I like A&M. And finally tonight, at 9:30, Nevada is at number 16th in the BCS ranked Fresno State on ESPNU. I like Fresno State. This has been the Top 25 prediction show. Thanks for watching it, everybody. And as always, keep college football always in your mind.